Goodwill brings to you the weekly share market update dated the 27th of July, 2024. Talking about the corporate segment, we have shares of Indian Hotels Company jumped 7% to 616 rupees apiece on July 22 after the company reported healthy April-June quarter results. So far this year, the stock of this hospitality chain rallied over 40% as compared benchmark Nifty 50's 12% rise. Earlier, IHCL had hit 52-week high of 663 rupees per share on June 26, 2024. In Q1 financial year 2025, the company's revenue increased by 5.7% on year to 1,550 rupees crore, while net profit jumped 10% YOY to 260 rupees crore. Operationally, EBIT declined by 9.6% YOY to 450 rupees crore in Q1 financial year 2025 and margins expanded by 10 basis points YOY to 29%. New business verticals that comprise of ginger, cumin, and amastays and trails reported revenue of 162 rupees crore in Q1 financial year 2025, up 37% over the previous year. Reimagined business of Taj SATS and the Chambers reported revenue of 274 rupees crore, up 17% year-on-year. During the quarter, IHCL opened 6 hotels with Seal Kaishans Hotel in Mahabaleshwar, Vivanta in Jamshedpur, Ginger in Nagpur and Jamshedpur, and Tree Life Resorts in Gangtok and Srinagar. Shares of Tejas Networks fell up to 6% on July 22 on NSE even after the company reported strong earnings for the first quarter of the current financial year. The company reported a net profit of 77 rupees crore as against a loss of 26.29 rupees crore in the year-ago period. Its revenue increased by 696% year-on-year to 1,496 rupees crore. During the quarter, Tejas Networks saw its inventory rise significantly to 3,853 rupees crore. This increase is attributed to the ramping up of wireless shipments, which are expected to be converted into finished goods and shipped in the coming months. Additionally, trade receivables stood at 2,052 rupees crore, reflecting the higher shipments made during Q1. During this period, the company managed to collect approximately 1,170 rupees crore. Its working capital also saw an increase in Q1. By the end of the quarter, Tejas Networks' cash position was at 612 rupees crore. Tejas Networks is actively targeting several key opportunities to expand its market presence and business operations. These include the expansion of BSNL's 4G and backhaul network, which will significantly enhance connectivity and network performance. Another major opportunity is BharatNet Phase 3, aimed at extending broadband connectivity across rural India. Shares of Cigarettes to Hotels conglomerate, ITC Limited soared over 4% and emerged as the second biggest gainer on the Nifty 50 on July 23. This comes as investors rejoiced in the absence of a hike in tobacco taxation in the Union Budget 2024. While the move was aligned with market expectations, the fact that the government did not tinker with tobacco taxation still played well for the company as it generates a major chunk of its revenue from its cigarette business. Along with that, the several measures announced by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to boost employment in the Union Budget 2024 also bode well for the company as it fueled hopes of a rise in demand for consumer staple products due to higher incomes. The government has 5 schemes to facilitate employment and skilling for 4.1 crore youth central outlay of 2 rupees lakh crore, Sitharaman said in her budget speech. On top of that, the budget also focused heavily on spurring a revival in the rural economy through several measures announced to support the agricultural industry. This is likely to give the much-needed push to trigger a recovery in rural demand, which in turn works well for ITC as it has a major presence in the rural markets. Meanwhile, aside from ITC, other consumption names like Tata Consumer Products, Hindustan Unilever, and Dabur India were also up 3 to 4%. Consequently, the Nifty FMCG index was also the top sectoral gainer, surging 2.5%. Shares of Tata Motors Limited surged over 5% to scale a fresh record high of 1,084 rupees after international brokerage Nomura upgraded the stock with a buy recommendation, as it sees multiple levers of growth. The analysts have assigned a target price of 1,294 rupees. This implies an upside potential of 26% from the current market levels. In the past month, the shares of the company have rallied 13%. It said that potential significant upsides from Jaguar Land Rover's JLR execution and the demerger of commercial vehicles from the passenger vehicle are value-unlocking catalysts. Nomura estimates that the margin of India's largest EV player is projected to rise from 7.8% in financial year 2025 to 8.5% and further to 10.1% by financial year 2027, with the potential to reach 11 to 12% by financial year 2030, led by the phase-out of Jaguar's internal combustion engines and the success of new EVs. Furthermore, net debt of 1,600 rupees crore, 44 rupees per share, in financial year 2024 is expected to turn into net cash of 57 rupees and 140 rupees per share by financial year 2026 and 27. Industry PV and EV demand has shown signs of weakness. But launches of Curve, scheduled on August 8, and Harrier EV in financial year 2025 should support volumes, the brokerage said in a recent note on the company. Shares of Jayati Labs Limited jumped more than 7% after the FMCG firm on July 25 reported a 5.7% rise in net profit in the first quarter of financial year 2025. The FMCG company reported a net profit of 101.7 rupees crore in the June quarter against 96.3 rupees crore in the year-ago period. In the March quarter, the net profit came in at 78.16 rupees crore, the firm said in an exchange filing. The company reported an 8% year-on-year increase in revenue at 742 rupees crore. In the previous quarter, revenue was at 660 rupees crore. The firm said demand is expected to accelerate with normal monsoon. Rural demand pickup is key for positive momentum. It also highlighted sharper focus on rural distribution, innovation, introduction of SKUs to cater to specific consumer segments and e-commerce platform. Our operating performance has been encouraging. We are focused on deepening our consumer connect to reach out effectively to the last mile of our country, with our wide and differentiated product portfolio, Chairperson and Managing Director Mr. Jayati said. In addition to direct distribution expansion and augmentation of manufacturing capacity, the company continues to boost A&P spends to enhance brand visibility, the CMD said. Shares of Sterling and Wilson Renewable Energy hit 5% upper circuit on July 26 after the company bagged an order to set up a 500x2, 1000 mAh standalone battery energy storage system plant in Rajasthan. The order entails engineering, design, procurement, erection, testing and commissioning of 500x2, 1000 mAh standalone BESS plant in Rajasthan, a company statement said. However, the company did not disclose the name of the company from which it got the project. The company also secured a 20 MW floating solar project in Karnataka from the same client, which marks the third floating solar project the company is currently executing in the country. The total value of the letter of intent, LOI, for both projects stood at 328 rupees crore. Sterling and Wilson Renewable Energy Limited, SWREL, is a global pure-play, end-to-end renewable engineering, procurement, and construction solutions provider. This GWare-scale project is India's largest battery energy storage project to date and one of the very few projects of GWare scale in a single location globally, which shall be executed by 2025, a company statement said in a regulatory filing. The total installed capacity of BESS in India currently stands at around 219 mWh, as of March 2024. MMTC Limited has moved up by 24.09% this week with a change of 20.74 points. It has traded with a net volume of 369.05 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 106.82 against the previous closing price of 86.08. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 86.12, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 131.80 points this week, while shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 72.84. Quest Corp Limited has moved up by 18.78% this week with a change of 112.45 points. It has traded with a net volume of 7.851 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 711.15 against the previous closing price of 598.70. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 629.03, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 729.90 points this week, while shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 69.83. IDBI Bank Limited has moved up by 17.29% this week with a change of 15.36 points. It has traded with a net volume of 424.777 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 104.22 against the previous closing price of 88.86. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 89.81, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 106.60 points this week, while shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 74.92. Nifty has entered positive trend in last trading session. You can go long in Nifty with stop loss of 24,366 on daily closing basis. Nifty would be considered strong till it trades above 24,366 levels. Nifty support levels are 24,543, 24,252 and 24,093. Nifty resistance levels are 24,994, 25,153 and 25,444. Bank Nifty is currently in negative trend. If you are holding short positions, then continue to hold with daily closing stop loss of 51,505. Fresh long position can be initiated if Bank Nifty closes above 51,505 levels. Bank Nifty support levels are 50,690, 50,084 and 49,730. Bank Nifty resistance levels are 51,650, 52,005 and 52,611.
You can reach us via phone, WhatsApp, or email using the information listed on the screen. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more financial insights. And, as always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos, leave them in the comments section below. Until next time, happy investing.